Okay, this video explains you questions 20 and 21. In question 20, we've been given a spherical ball that has volume 478 cubic centimeters. We need to find the surface area of the ball, given your answer correct to 1 dp. The volume of a sphere is given by the formula 4/3 pi r cubed. You need to learn this formula by heart. And it is equal to 478. Solving this equation will help us to find the radius of the sphere. That radius will help us to find the surface area, which is 4 pi r squared. So these two formulas you need to remember by heart: 4/3 pi r cubed and 4 pi r squared. Alright? So from this formula, from this equation, you will be able to find the radius. How? So look, first of all, we've been here dividing by 3. So to get rid of the denominator, I'm multiplying each side of the equation by 3. So I'm getting 4 pi r cubed equals 478 times 3. Now, this is a coefficient with r cubed, so I will divide by this coefficient just to get r cubed. So I divide both sides of this equation by 4 pi. So 4 pi has gone on this side and only r cubed is left. And on the right side, we will have 478 times 3 divided by 4 pi. So to find r, we need now to take the cubic root from this expression. So cubic root of this expression is equal to this, and it will be equal to 4.8504. As you see, I'm not bothering here to round, and actually I don't need to, and I would like to keep more than 1 decimal place digits, because it will be working in the formula later on, and you know, always the second digit will be will have impact on my on the first decimal place digit that I need to. So I would like to keep the numbers as far as I can, so I can round only at the end. Okay, so look, 4 pi times r squared. What is squared here is only the radius. Please never ever in algebra there are invisible brackets. There are never ever brackets around here. So if there will be brackets like this, something like that, alright, that obviously would mean 4 pi r multiplied by 4 pi r, right? The formula is actually different. It is 4 times pi times r squared, alright? Only r is squared, so eventually what you have here is 4 times pi times r times r. Alright, please never ever mess around with the indices, okay? And once you calculated that, you should get answer 295.6 rounded to 1 dp. Okay, question 21 now. In order to find the turning point, you need to realize that the equation that you have is the equation of quadratic, which is parabola. The turning point is going to be this minimum point of the parabola. So in order to find, so why it is turning point is because, you see, if you're going along the axis, an axis will be increasing from left to right. So look, on your graph, axes are getting bigger, but your y's are getting smaller, right? The graph is going down, your y's are going from higher to lower values, and at this particular point the graph turns around and starts growing up. Okay, so in order to find the turning point of this parabola, we need to find the minimum point. To find the minimum point, we need to find the minimum value, the minimum possible value of this expression. So for that we're completing the square. When we completed the square, as you can see, we halved the b coefficient. So we've got x minus 2 squared, and minus 2 squared produces you plus 4, so we need 2 more to get 6. So as you see, the minimum possible value of any square is 0, isn't it? That is, minimum possible value is 0. So 0 plus 2 is 2. So the completed square is f of x blah blah blah, sorry, x minus 2 squared plus 2. So the turning point will be when x minus 2 squared will be getting 0, when this happens, when x is 2, isn't it? 2 minus 2 gives you 0, so the x coordinate will be 2, and the y coordinate is going to be 2. Look, 0 plus 2 is 2. So, okay, at this point, the graph turns. In all these questions like this, when you have parabola or quadratic equation, you need to complete the square to find the minimum possible value of this expression. The minimum possible value will be when square is 0, because square of any number is always positive, and the minimum possible value at all is 0. Alright, so it's easy to find when you have 0 under the square. Alright, and therefore easy to calculate the value of y. End of the video.